We are off and running, traders. Looks like we've got a negative bias immediately at the open. Most things are gapping down off of my trading list. That does not necessarily mean it's a short morning, however, but it could very well be. We'll have to let things settle over the next minute or so. And what we're trying to do is assess the path of least resistance. All right, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to assess the path of least resistance. We're trying to determine, after about a minute or so, who has the ball and is running in their desired direction. Is it the Bulls? Is it the Bears? I'm going to actually take a short on Facebook. Let's give it a shot. All right? I'm going to give it a shot. Okay? Wow. Already up $200 or so. But we'll see. It's still early. Okay. Maybe a bit too early on that one. It's backed up on me quite a bit. I'm short 3,200 shares, but let's give it a shot. Let's see. Let's let it settle now and see where it goes from here. All right. I may have jumped the gun a bit too early. I may have done that. Okay. What I actually tell many of my beginning traders is that it's necessary to really wait a full 2 minutes. Now, I don't often do that myself. All right. But under normal circumstances, I want my traders waiting a full 2 minutes before committing to one side or the other. And perhaps the violation of that rule on my part has gotten me in a bit of trouble. But let's see. What I like about this, we're under all that I usually like to be under when I'm taking a short position. So what I'm going to do is I will wait for this to take a run up and pick a point to actually start building the short position. We're under all the items, the 200, yesterday's closing price, the 20, we're under price congestion from yesterday. We'll see. Things are rallying up a bit. Well, not with eBay. So I'm going to take a short position on eBay here, a couple thousand shares. I won't be afraid of a bounce here. That first 2 minutes of trading was quite negative, so a bounce is only going to basically be a bounce into prior negativity, which usually is a shortable bounce. Okay, what I'm going to do is to add a little bit on my Facebook a little bit. I will gradually build the position as it rallies back into the gap. Prior gaps, especially at the halfway part and the halfway point and the 3/4 point of the way back up, tend to be very key areas of resistance. Okay, of course, the 100% filling of the gap tends to be an area of resistance as well. So I will continue to build the short position under the assumption, that's all it is that the gap and the prior day's close and the overhead moving averages will ultimately keep this rally in check. Okay, eBay is drifting downward here. So in retrospect, I jumped the gun on Facebook a bit. Okay, I jumped the gun. There's no question about it. Got to know what your mistakes are. You got to be able to identify them so that you can help prevent that from happening the next time. Let's see what Apple's doing. Apple looks very similar to Facebook. Adobe, quite negative as well. I'm going to add some short here. I'm not going to be afraid of a bounce in Adobe as well. I'll simply use that as an opportunity to get short. Now, eBay was marginally profitable. It's rallied quite a bit. It's rallied quite strongly here to put me behind. Facebook continues to rally. Oh, it's going to be a challenging morning here. It's going to be a challenging morning. Up to 8,100 shares short on Facebook. Now I'll get pretty heavy up here as the vast majority of this gap has been filled. As I mentioned to you, the halfway and 3/4 point filling of a gap tends to be decent areas of resistance. The complete filling of the gap tends to be a checkpoint as well. And we have the the prior area of congestion and the overhead moving averages. We'll see. Now, eBay has to be worked a little bit here as well. Let me try to build that up a bit. Try to take that a little higher than 2,100 shares here. Adobe is also still relatively small. I'm up to 9,300 in Facebook, as you can see. I did not get any additional eBay. I was offering up there, but didn't go high enough to hit my orders. Okay, eBay is pretty much back to break even. Facebook is trying to push its way back down. As I mentioned to you, that 3/4 way point is usually trouble, at least temporarily so. It is a shame that I was not able to get my position beefed up here. I was offering in the 5630 area, a little bit above 5630 actually. So eBay did not push high enough to get me filled on additional shares. But listen, it's still early. Let's see. Adobe has had no bounce whatsoever, which is a very, very bearish sign for the stock. Almost everything's bounced off of their gap down start. Maybe it's just going to be a late bouncer. I'd like to get a bounce so that I can beef this up from the small 1800 position. So Facebook is my only challenge here, but I think we're going to be okay. Here we go. This is a bit extended. Let's see if we can shave a little Adobe off here. I think I'm about to go break even on Facebook, it looks like. I'm bidding for Adobe under the market here. Maybe a bit too late. This is a very extended 2-minute run. Let's see if there's one final push to get me there. eBay is up by 500 here. Start to pare down a bit here. My eBay as well. Okay, I'm down to 1,100 shares. Okay, down to 300 shares. Down to 100 shares. Out. eBay is out. A nice little run. Adobe down to 800 shares. I did get that final push. Up almost 2,000 in my Facebook. Down to 100. Out. Adobe out. Facebook. Coming down on my Facebook. Okay. All right. Looks nice. Come to Papa. There we go. This looks like it's going to try to bounce though. Oh shoot, I went long. Oh no. That happens, guys. That happens. Going long by mistake when you have so many orders out there. Shoot, I cut my profitability down. But listen, that happens sometimes. I had so many orders out there that I actually over covered and went long. And that cost me a bit, but not a bad $2,500 gain this morning. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it. A lot of traders have difficulty with the need to allow your positions off the open to settle. And it's that settling period that actually undoes a lot of traders. They panic if their initial position goes against them initially. During that settlement process, that settling process, they jump the gun. I actually jumped the gun this morning, but they jumped the gun after they've entered a position, committed to a position during the settlement process, during the settling period. And you have to let that period, in most cases, go by without You have to live through that settlement process. You have to let the stock and the market find its real true nature. And that usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Not a bad 15 minutes of trading. This is Oliver Velez, once again coming to you with another live trading session off the open.